What's always remarkable about America is its scale. This is a place used to being the biggest, the strongest, the richest. Right now, though, what's startling is the scale of economic contraction. Down on the ground, 22 million people applied for unemployment benefit in the past month. This is the result, food bank lines at John Rohrer Elementary School in Baltimore. This is a poor area with little financial resilience, even at the best of times.
My son got laid off, due to the COVID-19. He do security.
And what impact has that had?
Like I say, financially, as far as like bills and stuff, you get behind in bills. And so you gotta make it the best way you can.
Putting together bags of produce, bread, chicken, cereal. The American welfare system isn't set up for this crisis. This is the work of charities and volunteers. Kamal and Adam work for a film equipment hire company in Baltimore. Their usual work has completely dried up, and so they volunteer here.
Today they asked us if we could provide some tents and cones and tables, so we got all that stuff, pulled it from the warehouse, wiped it all down, and loaded up the trucks, right?
I feel like doing things like this definitely makes me feel like I'm not just sitting at home waiting for, us to go back to work. We're finding ways to get out there and still be helpful, creative, and just, together, because that's what this is all about.
Thank you. There you go, sweetie. You'll have a great day.
Also playing a big role is the Baltimore City School Board. Many students would get free meals in term time. Now, 2 meals a day served to anyone who wants them, child or adult. The cost is growing. According to the head of the school board, this emergency is asking profound questions of American society.
A lot of these folks had jobs. A lot of these people were getting up and going to work every day, and were getting on public transportation and working 2-3 jobs. And so what do you do when people who absolutely have a work ethic, people who absolutely want to support their families in much greater numbers are unable to do so? That's a society question, and I think we're gonna have to grapple with it. Right now, we're doing what we can because we know we need to do it.
People like Conica Rice. She lost her job in a university canteen. Her family's finances have been devastated, and so are those of many of her work colleagues.
There's only 12 workers out of 201 workers working right now. My husband, his job, 80 workers, nobody's working, not one. I did start collecting unemployment around the end of March, but we have quarters. So once that money is gone in that quarter, you have to reapply, see if you are approved for the additional 13 weeks, and that's slowly approaching.
This wave of unemployment that Conica and her husband are caught up in is also a story of how the American economy has changed. For the whole of the 20th century, this was the site of a huge enamel plant, one of Baltimore's biggest employers. It made coatings for household goods shipped all over the world. It closed in 2006, a few years after China joined the World Trade Organization and became the world's low-cost workshop. This land is now being redeveloped as a shopping mall that will open, well, who knows.
Places like this show you why the US economy has been so badly hit by this virus. Many of the jobs they used to do here, the manufacturing jobs, have just disappeared over the last 20 years. And what have we got in their place? Service jobs, face-to-face jobs, jobs you just can't do during a pandemic.
Jobs like cutting hair. Derek Burton has watched his thriving barbershop business destroyed in a few short weeks.
It would be buzzing every day, but non-stop on a Saturday. We have a ticket, machine like at a meat counter. We're losing around $40,000 to $50,000 a month.
Are you feeling like you're going to stick it out, or?
I'm not going to stick it out. I'm selling my shares off to my partner. I don't want to be involved here anymore.
Really? It's as bad as that?
Yeah, I'm walking away.
What does that feel like after all that work?
Defeat, loss, turmoil, heartache, stress.
There are already signs of pushback. Over the weekend, people demanding to be allowed back to work, many of them proclaiming support for the president. The protests are mostly in states with Democrat governors.
Today makes exactly 1 month we've been out of work. And then they're talking about another month. We won't survive. Small businesses will not survive.
And the president is encouraging the protest with a series of tweets. Back in Baltimore, Derek Burton didn't vote for the president last time, but will in the next election.
I will vote for Donald Trump because I think he needs to get us out of this. But I think it's not fair that we have a Democratic and a Republican society where the working man doesn't fit in either one. I don't see any point in stopping and waiting for a sign. What kind of sign are we waiting to open up the economy? You know, we still have an economy that needs to exist regardless of any kind of illness or defects.
All the while, the wages that just about kept these communities ticking over have drained away, replaced by benefits that are hard to access and uncertain in duration.
I feel like the violence can increase because the more people aren't working or receiving some type of, benefits, the more eager they are to, do whatever they can to get that money. It's scary. It really is scary. You don't know people's frame of mind.
All over Baltimore, you can find the rusted remnants of long-dead businesses, a reminder that once lost, industry is hard to restart. Right now, the vast American economy, for decades the main engine of global prosperity, is shuttered. Much of it silent. But how long before it too cannot be restarted?